Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have taken a little break from posting because, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, my dog did pass away, and so I just needed a little time to go through the grieving process and kind of collect my thoughts. And I knew I wanted to share a video about how I'm doing, how I'm grieving, and just kind of what that process looks like. And also I wanted to share some things that have really helped me in the grieving process. And so that's what this video is going to be all about. And so I'm just going to give you some tips that I found helpful for me and that have brought me some healing. So I first want to say that there is no right or wrong way to grieve the loss of a pet, and there is no timeline on grief. Like, you shouldn't get over it or move on at a certain time. Everyone's timeline looks different and everyone's grieving process looks different, and so I'm just really sharing what has worked for me and how I'm feeling now. So it's been a little over a month since my dog Millie passed away, and I'm gonna try not to like be a total mess in this video because I am still going through the grieving process. I am still emotional and it's still relatively fresh. And so anyways, if I cry, I'm sorry. It's just, we're just moving with it. We're moving with it. So it has been over a month, and so just a little bit of a background. Like, my dog had kidney failure and was just getting worse and worse, and so I did have to make the really hard decision to put her to sleep. And it was probably the most difficult decision that I have ever had to make, because I just love her so much. I wanted her to live forever, but that is just not the case with animals. They're here for a very short time, and so I just had to make the decision to put her to sleep because I didn't want her to be in any more pain and suffering. I know that if you're watching and you also had to just put your dog to sleep, it is such a hard decision, and I'm so sorry that you're having to go through that. Just know that it's better for them not to be in any pain at all. So that kind of gave me a little bit of peace, is because I just didn't want her to be in any more pain than she was, and it was so hard, like, watching her decline. So just know, if you're at that stage, it's really best for your animal not to be in any pain at all. And that's what my vet told me, and that kind of helped me with that process. There's also like online questionnaires to kind of see the quality of life of your pet. I can link them down below, and it kind of gives you like a little bit of assessment of the quality of life. Anyways, that questionnaire really helped me. So I'll link it down below, but I have some notes here to kind of keep me on track. But basically, the first 2 weeks I was a mess, and I want to say that it's okay to completely be a mess. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way of the grieving process. I felt like I didn't have a reason to get up in the morning. I felt like I really didn't have a purpose, and I felt very lost. And I mean, I still feel that way sometimes. So the first 2 weeks, it was just like really hard, because you're not only grieving the loss of the pet, you're grieving the routine you had. And so obviously, if you're grieving the loss of a dog, you have to take your dog out in the morning, you have to feed it and give it water and play with it. And we had snack time at 3 p.m. and then dinner time around 5. And so you're not only grieving the loss of your pet, but you're grieving the whole routine, like your whole day. And so the first 2 weeks were really rough for me with that, and I just felt very lost and kind of like I didn't really know what to do, with my day. Like, that schedule was kind of lost, and I felt really weird. And so I was trying to get out of the house a lot because I do work from home, and it was just feeling really empty without her here. And so I was working at coffee shops. I went to my boyfriend's studio a lot, and I was just trying to get out of the house as much as I could. I started going to workout classes and going on walks, just like anything to get out of the house. I really didn't like being here all day by myself. So those things really helped me, and kind of finding a new routine. The first week, I think I still like woke up and went for a walk outside like I would normally do with her. And so I kind of kept a little bit of the same routine as far as like waking up and going for a walk. And I would cry on my walks. People probably thought I was like absolutely ridiculous crying at like 8:30 in the morning, but that's what I was doing. Yeah, finding a new routine, keeping some of the old routines really helped me. What really helped me is like finding purpose in other things, like new hobbies too. So, I mean, I'm an artist, so I picked up painting again and doing oil pastels because I do a lot of digital work, like digital artwork and things like that. But like I've always, you know, done physical art as well, like traditional art. So I picked up painting again, and I was also working with oil pastels, and I found that really, really healing. And I would paint her and draw her. It was very like comforting to do that. So I have like a whole sketchbook like filled with little drawings of her and how I like envisioned her in heaven and all of those things. So yeah, that was really healing for me, is to turn to creativity and artwork and just kind of express my grief through that. And that just helped me. It just really, I don't know, it gave me peace and comfort, and just like seeing her on paper was very comforting. So that really, really helped me. Listening to music was really healing. I kind of found one or two artists that I just like really resonated with their songs, and I would listen to over and over and over and over again until I was absolutely sick of it. And so, I don't know, listening to music was really helpful. Journaling was really helpful, especially during the time leading up to me having to put her to sleep. I was journaling a lot about how I was feeling, how I was unsure about the decisions I was making, but I knew that I didn't want her to be in pain, and that was like the most important thing to me. And so after she had passed, I, you know, was journaling like she's not in pain anymore, like she's in a better place and blah, blah. Just journaling, word vomiting on paper really helped me a lot. And crying a lot, like a lot. Obviously, like I still am emotional about it and I still cry about it, but the first few weeks I was like, I probably cried for like 3 weeks straight, like every day. I probably haven't felt like that kind of sadness ever in my life. Like I've lost pets and I've lost family members, and Millie was, you know, like my baby. Like I've had her throughout all of my 20s, and she's been through so much with me, and she was, you know, my little shadow. And so the grief just felt like, the loss felt so heavy when I lost her. And so anyways, crying a lot really, really helps. You don't want to suppress it. You don't want to run from it. You don't want to numb yourself. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the first couple weeks, like I was turning to alcohol, but you don't want to turn to like negative ways of healing. I mean, do whatever you need to do to get through it, you know, and like I'm just sharing like my opinion and my journey through it. So I don't know why, but whenever something really bad happens, I feel like I need to turn to alcohol and kind of feel something different. I think that's what I was trying to do. Like I just want to feel something different, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help you really move on and move forward. Like if anything, it just like suppresses your serotonin levels. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend like turning to any kind of substances to help you with the grieving process. Of course, do whatever you need to do, but the best way that I've felt like I was able to heal is feeling all the emotions, not trying to numb, not trying to run away from them, but truly feeling all of them, feeling the sadness, like moving with the sadness. Like, it's not like you can move on. You're not moving on from the loss of your pet. Like, you are moving with it. So instead of like numbing yourself or running away from it, you really have to go through it. And if you feel like crying, you need to cry. Go to the bathroom and cry. I can't tell you how many times I've been out with like friends at a dinner or something, and I was just like feeling so emotional. I went to the bathroom and I cried. I cried in my car. Just let it out, you know, literally scream, yell, like get it out of your body, because you don't want it to like manifest into something else that's like worse, and you don't want it to come up even worse down the line. So really sit with the emotions, feel that pain, move with that pain, and you'll start to feel a little bit better. I mean, you really have to go through the trenches to get to the other side, but in my opinion, it has really helped with the grieving process. And I think there's like 5 or 6 stages of grief. I've definitely felt all of them, like anger, sadness, resentment, like all of those things. And you just have to give yourself a little bit of grace when you're feeling all those emotions, and you can feel multiple emotions at once, and that's like totally okay. And you just have to give yourself grace and just understand that you are going through a huge loss in your life, and you're not going to show up perfectly every day. You just have to kind of go through it. I like to keep my space pretty neat, like when I can, like fold the laundry, do the dishes, tidy up, you know, make my bed, things like that. But the first few weeks I was not doing that. I was not taking care of my space. I was honestly not really taking care of myself. Like physically, I was not taking care of myself. I was just a mess, and my place was definitely a reflection of that. It's okay to be a mess. Like, it's okay. You have to give yourself grace, and you don't have to show up perfectly, and you can ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. I do think that eventually cleaning the space really helped me, but I wasn't too hard on myself if it was like a mess for a few days. Give yourself a little bit of grace if your place is not as tidy as you want it to be. So I mentioned like I was trying to get out of the house, and so I was going out with friends, dinners, things like that, and I noticed myself feeling like I needed to go home, because that's how I would normally feel if I was like out for too long. I would need to go home and like take care of my dog. And I felt a little guilty at times if I was like having a good time and not rushing to come home. Like, I felt a little guilty for that. And I just want to say, like, don't feel guilty for enjoying your life when you're also going through the loss of something. I just feel like you are still meant to enjoy your life. You're still meant to laugh and find happiness and joy. It's really important to find time for those feelings and not feel guilty when you do feel like happy and joyful. And maybe you are taking your time, like coming back home, not rushing home because you don't have like that dog to take outside and things like that. So I just want to say, don't feel guilty for still living your life and still enjoying your life. I did take, I think, a day or two off work, and I do think that you need to do that. I think it's so hard. I mean, that first week when I was back at work, I was just a complete mess. Luckily, I work remotely, and so no one really sees me, so I can be a complete mess. But I would say definitely take some time off work, because I just wasn't able to focus at all. And it was just really hard. Like, every little task I had to do felt even harder because I was just dealing with so much, I felt like. So definitely take some time off work. I would say like more self-care during this time is good. So taking a lot of baths, reading a book, going on walks, just anything that makes you feel good. Maybe getting a massage, doing acupuncture. I don't know, anything that you feel like gives you self-care. Just try to do a little bit more of that during that time, because like your nervous system, I think, is so shot and you're feeling so sad. And so just giving yourself extra love is a really amazing way to help you during that time. So this is a very like personal approach, I guess. But obviously my dog has toys. My dog had a dog bed, a dog bowl, things like that. So I now have like a little space for her dog bed and her toys, and I still have it out. It's like right next to my bed. I was like debating back and forth, like, do I put it in a box? Do I give it away? What do I do? But like right now I just have like a designated little area of her things, and that's okay with me if I see it. I don't think it's like too triggering for me. But again, do whatever is best for you. And I did have her cremated, and so I have her little box with her ashes and like little things of hers around. Like I just have it sitting on my dresser in a little area, and it's kind of just like her little spot, I guess, and that really helps me to like see it. And before she passed, I got like these molds of her paw print, so her paw print is there, and it's just like comforting to see those things next to me. But I know that's a very like personal thing, and it might be very triggering to see their things, and so just do whatever you need to do. Put it away in a box, or have a little designated area, gift it to a friend or something, whatever you need to do with their things. It took me a few weeks to do that. I mean, I just kind of like left them out for a few weeks. Her dog bowls are still in the same exact spot. I do have a cat, and so I just put water in the dog bowls because the cat uses that water. But do whatever you need to do. That's just something that I did with her things. I also want to mention that, you know, I do have a cat, and cats are very different than dogs, but it is helpful, I think, for me to still have something to like take care of and nurture and like pet and talk to. And come home to. Like obviously my cat like greets me when I come in and sleeps with me, and I think she obviously knows that Millie is not here anymore, so she's a little bit extra loving. It is comforting. At first, I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit resentful. I'm like, this cat is not my dog, you know, but she has been really great, and I think it is really nice to still have something to kind of love on and nurture. But for me personally, like I don't think that I'm gonna get another dog anytime soon. I think I'm not ready for that. I know some people get a new dog relatively soon after, but honestly, whatever you want to do, absolutely no judgment. I just don't think for me personally that I want to do that, because it's just too soon for me to get a dog, and I want to be able to like travel and, you know, stay out more than like 4 hours and just have a little break from that type of responsibility right now. But whatever you need to do, I just want to say that I do have a cat. It is nice to come home to her and like love on her, and she does give me kind of purpose in my day-to-day life. There's a podcast about grief that really helped me by Dr. Huberman. I'll link it down below. It was really, really amazing. I listened to the full like 2 hours, I think it was. Something that resonated with me, I mean, I'm not saying this word for word, but basically he was saying like your brain has to catch up with the loss of them, and so it is very important to sit with the feelings and the loss, and to not numb and to not run away, because it helps your brain kind of catch up with the fact that they're not here anymore. Helps your brain like process that a little bit better. Yeah, definitely listen to that podcast. It was really helpful for me. And so I think that's pretty much there's one more thing. Before she passed and after she passed, I talked to a psychic medium. And I know that's a little woo-woo, but I am a very like spiritual person, and so I connect in that way, and I just wanted to see what their opinions were and if they could connect with her soul. And that honestly gave me so much peace, so much comfort. Like I cannot, if you are into that at all, I would say do it. I'll link the people that I talked to down below. I just think that it helped me so much. Like knowing that she is no longer in pain and is in a better place, and they were able to connect with her, and it was honestly so beautiful and helped me so much. I cannot tell you enough like how much that helped me. I just can't suggest that enough. If you are into that type of thing, definitely do that and reach out to someone. So those are some things that have really helped me during this time and during the grieving process. They've given me peace and healing, and I really hope that they help you as well if you are going through this. And I know if you are going through this, I know it feels so heavy and so endless, but I can promise you that time really is healing. You know, make sure that you are going through the pain and you're moving through it and moving with it. It's not something that goes away. I think it does get a little bit easier with time. You know, give yourself a little grace. It is such a huge loss, and I'm so sorry if you are going through this as well. I just know how heavy it is. I mean, luckily that pain isn't going to be consistently there all the time. You're gonna have good moments and happy moments, and just really remember the good times that you had with them. Just know that you did everything that you can for them. You gave them such a good life. They're only here for a very short time, and so just know that you gave them all the love that you possibly could. I hope you find peace and healing with that, and let me know down in the comments what you do to help with the healing process and how you deal with the loss of your pet. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate you being here. I'm sending you so much love if you are going through this, and please give this video a like if you liked it. Please share it with someone if they are going through a loss, and yeah, subscribe if you want to see some more videos from me, some happier videos from me. Stay tuned for those, and yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.